Danny from Avenged Sevenfold. Welcome to Southeast Rec Metal.
Thank you for having me, man.
You've been touring since you released the stage album, so almost a year and a half, and yesterday you played at the Download Festival on famous Donington, England, UK. So how was it?
It was great. We had a blast. It was our second time headlining, and the crowd came out, and we had a really great show with them, and then hopped on a plane, and we're excited to be here in Helsinki.
With this stage tour, you've been doing headline shows, but you've been also opening for Metallica. How did you end up to do that tour for Worldwide?
Well, before we finished the stage, we were opening an American football stadium in Minnesota for the Minnesota Vikings with Metallica, and you know the bill did really well. It was us, Metallica, and Volbeat, and Lars hit us up afterward, or through management, hit up Matt, and they were going back and forth, and talking about it did so well, and they had so much fun with the show. They wanted to take that show across the states and some into Canada a little bit, and obviously it took us about 3 seconds to say yes. Because you get a chance to tour with your one of the legendary bands like Metallica, you don't really pass it up, and we've learned so much just from being around those guys. They've they've taken us out in the past, and we like I said, we just learned so much from them that we wanted to go out there and do that tour with them, and we had an absolute blast with them all summer long. It was a lot of fun.
Before the latest album, you had a little change in the band. Brooke Wakesman took the drummer seat. Did he fit in the band straight away though?
Yeah, obviously. He's just as a drummer alone, he's such a great talent, and to be around that alone was enough. But he's also become part of the family, I would say, at this point. He's a lifer. I think we're gonna have to keep him around for a little while.
Our cameraman is a bass player. This is a trick question. He doesn't know it, but I had to ask you. So he's got heroes like Steve Harris and stuff like that. Who was your hero when you started to play bass?
Well, when I very first started, it was Cliff Burton, and then it quickly became guys like Les Claypool, Matt Freeman, and Duff McKagan.
Duff McKagan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the tone alone, and then just to me, Duff just has a way of picking the right notes and the right runs that fit with everything. So I was just a huge fan.
Have you been ever doing shows with Guns N' Roses?
Yeah, we have actually. We years ago they took us out, and then they just did Download. They're doing Download tonight actually back in the UK, and we've played a couple of times. We had Slash out on stage with us in LA years ago to play It's So Easy, and then 5 years later we had Duff out on the stage in LA for an award show to do the same. So we've been graced with their presence a couple of times. It's been pretty nice. Play with your heroes is absolutely great, and even better on top of them to become friends with them and just see how nice they really are and everything. Sometimes you're a little scared to meet your heroes, right? Because they could end up being dicks, and that was thankfully not the case with the boys in Metallica.
Well, about Finland, you've been here many times. You've been opening here for Iron Maiden. You've been doing your own headline shows here. What kind of relationship you have with Finnish fans?
I think we have a great relationship with them, because every time we come here, we get really drunk and go to the karaoke bars and run into them. So I think they appreciate that we get into the Finnish karaoke culture. So it's pretty good.
So what are your favorite songs in karaoke bar?
Oh man, what was a couple of them that we did last time we were here? What was the we did Duran Duran, that's right. Yeah, Duran Duran. What was Ordinary World? That's the name of the song. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Okay.
It's the only Duran Duran song that I like. Sister Gates happens to be a huge Duran Duran fan, and for the most part, I just can't get behind it. But Ordinary World is a great song.
Have you ever done any Finnish songs in karaoke?
No, I think we'd butcher the shit out of that.
Yeah, well, you should try, because Robert Trujillo did. He sang a Finnish song when Metallica was playing here, a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, right on. Yeah, well, I'll have to check that out and see if I can do that justice. But I doubt it tonight.
Well, you should try after the show, maybe in a karaoke bar.
Yeah, after the show maybe. I got an early flight at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I might as well just stay up till then, right? So I'll be at the karaoke bar.
Okay. Since you've been touring a lot, how do you keep yourself fit in road?
Oh, I don't know, man. You just try and eat the right things, and not go to too many fast food places. I guess as you get older, it gets harder, but you just gotta try and work out and eat the right things, but then you always just fuck it all up by drinking a bunch, right? So
Sports and stuff like that.
When I'm at home, I do surfing as often as I can. I'm big into surfing. As far as other sports go, I was not gifted in that world, so I just it's pretty much surfing, and I'll go for the occasional jog.
In Finnish media, there have been a lot of talking about rider lists. Ozzy was playing here earlier. So what do you have in your list?
We have a couple bottles of red wine, gin, vodka, scotch, some gum. I mean, pretty standard stuff, I guess. Some food, couple fruit platters, couple vegetable platters. I don't know, man.
Well, it sounds a bit similar for me, but maybe it sounds also that you have more liquids than the other guys.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the other guys have, but we're still on a liquid diet most of the days. So
what can we expect from tonight?
Well, you could expect a little bit more of the same, I guess. We're going to be bringing out a production as we always do. It'll be a little different than what we had in the stage performance. Obviously, we were indoors last time we were here, and being outdoors in a festival, we don't have the same settings, but we have a lot of the screens and stuff like that, and a lot of the video content that we've got, and we'll also be throwing some pyro at the kids to warm them up a little bit. Because I'm actually cold. I don't know about you guys. You guys are probably used to this, but I'm cold here. So I'm going to use a little of that fire to warm up tonight.
We're fine.
We played Download Festival last night, and we didn't get here till 10 in the morning. We hadn't slept, so we want to thank our crew. They did not sleep last night to make sure our stage was set up, so thank you guys for staying up all night. It was quite the experience.